Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. All right, let's talk a little bit about LSU's secondary that's certainly going through more of a shakeup now in entering week 3. Brian Kelly had his press conference yesterday, and this is something that we touched on, but I wanted to hear the sound directly from him about Sage Ryan, who was playing safety exclusively in the spring, and then came back in the fall and played exclusively cornerback, which they said they were cross-training him. He started at cornerback against USC, but it appears he's moving back a level come Saturday.
I think that's where he can help us the best. Look, he's a very versatile player for us, but I think that's where he fits right now for us. You know, we've really focused in now with Alexander playing at the level he has. I think it just makes sense for us to keep him at the safety position.
I agree with that. I think Sage Ryan is a safety. I don't think he's a boundary corner. I think he can play nickel. I think he's a safety. I think that's his best position. And so you look at what that does to the rest of LSU secondary. As he mentioned, Zy Alexander is coming along. We'll hear about that in a second. But you've got Major Burns at the star. You've got Jordan Gilbert and Jordan Allen. You've got young players who have gotten a few more reps in Deshaun Spears and Kylan Jackson. And then you've got Ashton Stamps and P.J. Woodland who are giving you some snaps at corner as well. None of this is totally inspiring to me, but you try to start kind of moving the puzzle pieces around and see what could be the best combination. And potentially Zy Alexander's emergence could be the biggest development.
I think what we have found is that nobody is at a point where they can play 65, 70 snaps. We have to get our players playing at the highest level, but not playing that many snaps. I think Zy can play, 30, 35, but he's going to have to be spelled as well. So, I think you're going to see 4 corners playing. I think you're going to see 4 or 5 safeties playing. So I think we're going to really rely on the depth of those units to make certain that we're playing at the highest level. And I think we'll be a better defensive backfield playing in that capacity.
I am torn on this defensive backfield right now because I really liked some of the things that I saw in the opener. I didn't like anything on Saturday. Anything. Easy slants. Trick plays getting behind folks. Couldn't force an incompletion. They started 11 for 11. 9 of 9 in the first half. I realize that there's a part of you that's playing a lesser team that doesn't want to take a chance they hit a big play, make them go the length of the field on you, keep everything in front and tackle, and that's probably the best way to win the game. But as I'm sitting there watching, I don't care in that moment if LSU is going to win the game against Nicholls. Yeah, they're going to win the game. It's Nicholls. I'd like to make a play on the football. I'd like to be there to contest a throw. And you saw that against USC. You know the plays we're talking about. Ashton Stamps in the end zone. You saw Jordan Allen get his hand on a ball on a 3rd down. I saw P.J. Woodland have a pass breakup after an interference call. There are plays you could point to and go, okay, they're fighting. They're in position. They're making some plays. Yeah, Miller Moss threw for 340. That's not good. But guess what? This is not Morris Claiborne, Tyrann Mathieu, Ron Brooks, Eric Reed, and Brandon Taylor. This is not that. This is not Corey Webster and and Travis Daniels and Jesse Daniels and Jack Hunt. It's not. We know that. It's not Randall Gay out there who played in the NFL. This is not that group from a talent perspective. I'm not asking them to be in no-fly zone, but I'd like to see something better than what I saw on Saturday. And they're going to have to do that a little bit in this game. Hopefully, their intensity level comes up. Zy Alexander's play helps them out. And as I look at this, I think your best personnel group is probably Ashton Stamps on one corner and Zy Alexander on the other, with Jordan Gilbert and Sage Ryan in the back end. And then at star, I'm going to need to look around and see what we can find. I don't know if it's Major Burns. I don't know if it's moving Harold Perkins. I don't know what the best option is there at corner. I don't know if it's J.K. Johnson or Jair Brown. But I'd like to see a little bit of a shake-up personnel-wise. And Zy Alexander going to one corner and Sage Ryan backing up is a change. Now, you could blow right back at me and go, well, I watched the worst defense in the history of LSU football last year, and that included Ashton Stamps on one corner and Zy Alexander on one corner and Sage Ryan and Major Burns out there, and you're telling me those are 4 of the first 5. And you're not wrong. I don't know how big an impact P.J. Woodland can have. Jair Brown, Deshaun Spears. These are unknowns. And it sounds like they're not going to be unknowns for a long time because, as you just heard from Brian Kelly, like, they're going to put all those guys out there. And hopefully, some tape somewhere suggests what the best group is, and they can find a group and roll with it. It hurts to suggest this when you're talking about LSU football. We don't want to do that. But I would be hard-pressed to look at this secondary group and suggest that it's got all SEC-type talent. Like, that's as kind as I can be with it. They're going to have to try to mask it, but that's a little difficult when you consider that I just said the exact same thing about defensive tackle yesterday. And that's kind of where you are. Maybe, hopefully, I'm just overreacting, and that's wrong. And the guys that did go out there and did a decent job against the run and made some plays against the pass against USC are going to be back out there this week against a different USC and make some more of those plays, and they just were disinterested and tired against Nichols and didn't get it done. Hopefully. That seems unlikely to me, but hopefully that's the case. But as I look at this secondary, they do have to move some pieces. They can't continue to be exactly what they were the last 2 weeks, and we'll see how this one looks. You're still in a mode where the toughest games on your schedule are almost a month away. South Carolina looks more difficult today than they did last Friday, but they're still a bottom quarter of the SEC team. I'm not concerned about how you play against South Alabama, and I think UCLA stinks. We'll see them again this weekend. They're on the road at Bloomington in Indiana, and we'll see. But I think your teams after South Carolina, you really have an advantage on, and you're playing at home. And then you got your bye. This becomes the biggest hurdle. And hopefully these guys step up to the plate, make some plays defensively, force an inexperienced quarterback that's questionable through the air to make some bad throws. This is not Miller Moss you're playing. This is a step down from that, but it's also not Nichols' quarterback. So it's clear that the LSU staff is doing everything they can to try to find the right combination, and they're moving a lot of pieces around. But it's also clear that they don't know what the answer is going to be. So we'll find out more on Saturday. After Saturday, we'll probably be able to take a deep breath. He's got to win by 1 point on Saturday and find a way to get back home and figure some things out. But it's a question mark in that secondary for sure. If you're looking for your LSU coverage, you can find it on YouTube, Hunt on LSU. If you don't want to go to YouTube and scroll through the whole show to find the segment that you're looking for, we upload the entire show every single day. But if you just want the 10-minute segments on the LSU team or Saints, Hunt on LSU, Hunt on Saints. Subscribe up to those channels. We certainly appreciate it. And we'll get you the content each and every day. Shout out to Cassie and Jesse and the whole crew for making that happen. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.